advantageous position, all right? So we're, who's familiar with the smash style of passing? All right, yeah? Done some smashing. All right, so we're all gonna learn how to smash, right? So contrary to popular belief, right, you don't have to be big and strong to have really good pressure. All right, so a lot of the lighter weight black belts can still apply a lot of good, valuable pressure. All right, so it's not just the big guys that know how to smash. All right, so let's look at it. So we're gonna start from butterfly, right? But you can set this up from standing. I like to do it from half guard a lot because a lot of people will give you half guard, myself included, and you can get this position as well. So what we're looking to do, you lay back from this. Okay, so what we're looking to do is control these knees, right? So we've already got his feet controlled. Of course, I don't want there to be any space between his heels and his butt, right? So if I'm out here, this is no good, right? So I want to be closed in really tight to where he doesn't have as much strength in his quads anymore, okay? So I'm cupping here on the outside of his knees. Right? So all I'm looking to do is I'm either gonna move his knee, okay? But if he's a really strong guy and I can't move his legs, right? I'm gonna move myself. Okay, what I'm trying to do is get the center of my chest on the outside of his knee, okay? Right here. As soon as I do this, he has to activate one of the weakest muscles in Jiu-Jitsu, which is these hip abductor muscles here. Okay, a lot of people don't take time to develop them, and most of the time they'll be really weak. Really buff guy, but he has weak legs, right? Like that's a good example of. Huh? Wait, what? I got big strong legs. Like Johnny Bravo, right? You know the cartoon where he's really big up top and he's got these little tiny legs. Okay, so one of the weakest muscles on the legs is here on the outside of the hip here. Okay. So as soon as I put all of my weight on the knee, okay, it's going to be really hard for him to open his legs again. So again, I'm either trying to close his knee and put my chest here, and then I'm angling off, right? But if he's strong, I can't move his knee, then I'm not going to move his knee, I'm going to move myself, okay? And then I'm using my whole body weight right on his knee, and I'm closing off here. All right, so let's get just comfortable into, I just want you guys to do it a few times so you understand the motion, right? So you're gonna do, maybe do four each, okay? So the first two, you're actually closing the leg, close the leg, put your sternum on it, and then I'm moving myself, right? So I need to have my body weight right over his knee, okay? I don't want to be over his hips anymore because he's going to be strong. If I'm pressing here, he can open his legs, right? Don't move your hips, just open your legs. Open his legs, right? But if I'm pressing here, try to open your legs, much harder, okay? So once I get my chest here, I'm moving all my body weight right to this area, okay? So the first two, you're going to do both sides. I close, put this here, I move. All right, he's open, I close, put my chest here, and I get the angle. All right, the next two, he's not gonna let you move his knee, so now you have to move yourself. You're moving your chest, gonna cut the angle and get the same result. All right, so I can't move his knee, I'm moving myself, getting the same result. Okay, so let's just do this back and forth, like 4 for 4, so you get the hang of it, and come back. All right, 1, 2, 3. Right on the outside of his knee. All right, so if my weight is anywhere else, like I see a lot of you kind of right here, he has a lot of power to be able to still throw me off here. Okay, even though I'm a lot bigger than him, if my weight is here, his legs are still strong. So I need to really make sure, right, that my sternum, my chest is right over the knee. Okay, I don't have to worry about an underhook. We're not doing underhook here. Okay? I usually will just have my elbow behind his hip, and then I'm here. All right? So once you get really good at this style passage, you should be able to go either way. All right? Some passes, you develop a white belt, they call it white belt side and black belt side, where you're really good at only passing one direction. This one you should be able to do either way, right? So, because a lot of times this will happen where I go to one side and I mess it up for whatever reason, or he recovers faster than I'm actually applying it, and he brings his knee back up, and then I just switch and then I go right back to the other side. Okay, so it's a combination here. So I want you guys to hit the switch here. So you're going to start to close, he's going to recover, right? And then you go to the other side. Okay? Open, keeping your weight down right on his knee here. All right? Coming in, I'm trying to hit my pass. He starts to open. Boom, I bring it on the other side. Okay? Try that maybe once or twice and then come back, because we got to get to the details. All right, 1, 2, 3. Passing, it will become easy almost, right? You're not worried about their bar. You're not worried about many attacks. There's not many attacks that he can do with your base so down low on his body, right? If you're up higher, then he's going to start to look for openings for attacks and such, right? So when I smash, there's a really important position that I'm looking to get to, right? So when I smash, everybody come on this side so you can see. Okay? So this is the key to the position. This is where the strength is no longer important. So of course, at the beginning you have to be strong, you have to be a little fast, right? But once you get here, so once I close, right? The knee behind him, right? Not the knee in front. So I don't want this one in between. This one's on the outside. I want to drive this knee in between the legs, and I want this knee on the mat. Okay? I'm still hugging his hips. I'm not going up high like I want to underhook. Okay? Still hugging his hips down low. All right? Next thing that's important, this knee. It's really important that this knee comes in front, and I start to kind of angle myself off this way. I'm never going to be parallel to his spine. Okay, I want to turn myself this way. I'm facing him across. So the reason why you don't want this knee up is because it makes the rest of my body really light. So he can start to elevate me, and then I'm relying on this leg as a post. So instead of like trying to drop my weight, because this is my active post right now, instead of trying to drop my weight when he lifts, my natural instinct will be to post behind him, which now exposes my leg for knee bars, or if he goes to like honey hole position. This is really popular right now. Okay, so it's really important, is what I was telling you, it's really important to get your knees on the mat. Okay, so we come in here. I smash, I come here. I like to kind of stuff this one behind, so it's easy to get this one on the mat. As soon as this one's on the mat, boom, I'm turning here. Okay, I want this knee to be in front of his, just like that. So I'm just hugging, like hugging his thighs here with mine. Okay, now I like to give a good cross face. All right, one more time. So I'm inside, cupping on the outside. Okay, I'm either closing or moving myself. Okay, controlling the bottom leg. This hand's just posting. I bring this one up just until I get this other knee in between here, then I close. Never want to leave this one up and kind of hang out here. This is a bad position for me. This is a good position for me. All right? So once we're in this position, it's pretty much your choice about what you want to do. You can go to mount, or you can pass, right? First thing we're going to do is go to mount because it's the easiest. So with my knee here, right, he's going to want to try to ball up and keep control, right? So my knee's in here. So I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna open him up a little bit, walk him back. And then this knee just comes out, and I go straight to mount. It's literally that simple, easy, easy, easy. Coming up, cupping, boom. Get here, close this knee, open the crossface, whip this one in, inside, and now I'm in mount. All right, any questions? Got it? All right, 1, 2, 3.
No.
This knee comes all the way in tight. Okay? So I don't want, even though I'm over this knee and I'm hugging, if there's still space here, there's still room for him to recover. So I want to be driving. That's why I open him up here. I want to be driving his knee to his stomach here to make the pass the mount even easier. Okay? A lot of people are really flexible when they can bring their knee all the way up high to their chin and make it really hard for you to do this. So if he's here and he's bringing his knee all the way up, all right, let's look at the pass. So there's not much reason to go to side control versus going to mount. But maybe you have more attacks from side control than you do mount, right? Sometimes when you're going with a bigger person, it's less advantageous for you to be on mount. They're just gonna buck you off and it's too easy. In side control, sometimes you have better control against a bigger person. Or maybe you wanna combine points. So maybe you wanna go to side control to knee ride to mount, and then you have way more points than you do than just going to mount. All right? Chill out on the FaceTime over there. What the heck? All right. Maybe going to the gym. Okay, but there is a really easy pass here. So I do everything, right? So the control's on the bottom leg, not the top, right? I'm stuffing this one through, so it makes it easier to do this here.
Cupcake
Okay?
too.
So now instead of hitting him here, right? What I'm gonna do, I need to make sure I get a nice underhook. All right, so most of the time you're hugging the hips. So if their arm is on this side, right, I'll push here and I'll pummel with the elbow for the underhook. I get the underhook. Once I get the underhook, I'm gonna push the top leg down. All right, and then I'm in front and I'm just cross face to go to side control. So same thing. We're inside here. So instead of going this way now, all right, I'm gonna pummel for, I got my underhook here, this free hand, I'm gonna push the same spot right on the outside of his knee, pushing it all the way down to the mat. My head will sometimes hit the mat here, okay? I'm gonna put as much weight on this side of his body as possible, make it really uncomfortable for him. Here, I bring this knee out and over, okay? Now there's nothing he can do to prevent me from cross-facing and flattening him out. Here, once I get side control and go knee ride, and I go mount, and I got how many points? 10. No. 11. Oh, it is 10. You're right. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Once you get control of the legs, I'm just gonna force them down and then sit on them. And then I'm into the same position where I can hit my pass. Okay? Another one of my favorite is from half guard. Okay? So most people don't know this, but like people will show you that they're gonna play half guard. Like if they're on their side here, they want to play half guard, right? You know, I'll do this too. I telegraph my half guard. And a lot of times people will enter your half guard, right? They'll go right into your half guard. So if you're gonna go into half guard, don't go in with this knee down, because whether you know it or not, this little hook to the mat is more valuable than you think, right? This is probably the key to my half guard is when I get this, I know that I have control. Okay, so I'm always looking to lock around and get my foot to the mat, because now I can use this other leg, I can use all other three limbs however I like. Okay, so if you're gonna enter somebody's half guard, what I always do is I'll enter with this leg up. Okay, so if I'm ever rolling with you and you show me half guard, I'll always come here. More often than not, I'll come on this side. Because now you have no control over what my body does, and you're more worried about the past than you are setting up attacks and sweeps, guard, submissions, okay? So with this leg up, right, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cup the outside, I'm gonna put my weight over the top, and then I'm gonna kick this leg out and around. All right, so I go here, I go out and around, and then into the same position. All right, so one more time. He shows me half guard, okay? This knee up, not this side up. This side up, I'm locked in, and I feel like I'm controlled. He's gonna go here, he's gonna go here, he's gonna do whatever he wants. And now, we don't feel as connected, okay? I can attack a lot. I can just disconnect if I feel like it, right? So here, I'm gonna cup, I'm gonna go here, go around. Okay, so just to show you guys a few of the entries, do it from half guard, you can do it from standing, you can force the butterfly, right? Or sometimes I'm just like, they're in some weird position where I just see, I don't know what position. Does anybody play any different guards that you feel is efficient enough to not get past with this? Huh? Maybe somebody playing like a reverse De La Hiva, something like that. Here, right? So if he's playing whichever knee that I see, so this one right now, this feels like I go down this way, right? So a lot of times I'll play my reverse De La Hiva this side, right? And then you're gonna pressure on this side of the knee. So whenever you can see the outside of their knee, that's where you want to put the pressure. Okay, and then you're just kicking your legs back and trying to get to that position. All right. So we're out of time, but I want to show you guys one more like really fancy kind of move. Are you guys into like berimbolos and stuff like that? Anybody ever hit one? Yeah, you guys know, who knows what a berimbolo is? Good. Okay, so from this position, right, getting here with this knee in, there's a berimbolo that I can do. So what I'm going to do is same thing. I'm going to open him up. I'm going to bring this knee in, but this time instead of a cross face, I want to have my arm on this side of his arm. Okay, so it's not here. I want to be here, right? So it's kind of like I'm in this half guard, and we're doing this pass, right? We're trying to get back to him. So it's the same thing, but instead, right, I set it up from here. So I'm coming inside, boom, turning here, okay? So this knee is up, this knee is down. I'm gonna lock the triangle. Can everybody see? Locking the triangle here. So here, and in, bring this knee up. All right, usually the foot is in front. Boom, I'm gonna lock the triangle. And then I'm gonna dive with this shoulder towards his hip. So not here, I wanna go this direction. Right? So once I roll, you'll end up in this kind of weird position. The bottom of my triangle needs to hit the mat. Okay, so usually berimbolo, both feet will kind of be up in the air. For this one, see what that does to his hips here? So I'm here, come here, right? And then I'm gonna grab the arm, grab the neck, and take that out, okay? So what's really important for this is that when I lock my triangle, it's on his thigh, right? So I have this much space to lock my triangle around his thigh. Never want to lock it around his knee or his calf, then I won't have control of his body, right? Control of his hips. Hips are what I want to control. So I'm in here, I'm splitting the legs again. Right. This side, I'm splitting the legs again. I'm coming this way, bring this knee up. I lock the triangle. I'm diving towards his hips. And I don't want to go here where his hips are going to be heavy. So I can almost grab his foot. You won't hear, so my leg is locked on his thigh here. So right now I feel stuck because my foot isn't on the mat. So I'm bringing the foot on the mat. Now his hips are on top of me. Now my free hands, I'm going to reach across the body. So I'm not reaching this one. This is my choking arm. All right, I'm reaching across my body to get this hook. I'm pulling them here so that I can choke while I get my hooks. All right, you guys want to try this out? Yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3.